Helpful for life.
Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Man, oh man, we could do a whole course just on potatoes. I mean, they're delicious, right? I mean, I don't think I've ever met anyone who doesn't like potatoes. However, if that's you, I urge you to reconsider. Just because a boring, plain baked russet potato doesn't get your taste buds jingling, doesn't mean that some other type of potato will do it for you. I mean, there's over 1,000 varieties of potatoes out there. We did an experiment a couple of weeks ago where we made the same potato recipe just with 2 different types of varieties. And it was night and day how different they tasted. We were actually kind of surprised. And that's just 2 of the thousands out there. Okay, I said thousands that time. I just meant more than 1,000. Anyways, the point is, if you don't think you like them, you should try some of the different techniques, try some of the different varieties of potatoes, and you may be surprised. Maybe you actually like them. If you're like my wife's aunt, she actually claims to have potatoes as her favorite food. She's maybe the only person I've ever known who claims them as their favorite food, so I don't necessarily go that far, but I do think potatoes can be pretty freaking delicious. Fun fact for you, especially if you're a nerd like me, potatoes are classified botanically as a vegetable, but nutritionally they're classified as a starch. Win lots of dates with that fact right there, boys. Now, the way we personally use potatoes, especially in our low-carb crazed culture these days, is whenever we cook with potatoes, we typically have that replace the spot of the grain on our dinner plate. So today we're going to walk you through 3 different methods of cooking these delicious, amazing potatoes. And if you combine those 3 different techniques with all of the different possible varieties, you will take your potato repertoire from blah to However, we bet that your friends and family members will be asking for their specific favorite over and over again. Oh, and of course, for these methods or recipes, focus more on the techniques and the methods, not the specific instructions of what you put in it. You know, feel free to add or remove, garlic, onion, different seasonings, whatever. Make these potatoes your own. Find out how to make them delicious for you. That being said, let's get started. With all of these methods, the first thing you're going to want to do is wash your potato. Some people like to scrub it with the little scrub brush, make sure they get off extra dirt. It's up to you how anal retentive you want to be. Now, for the 3 methods we're going to teach you today, one of them I've known basically my whole life, and it was taught to me by my own Mama G. And the other 2 are ones we've learned in recent years.